Hi, Ryan. It's Travis Hines at the Des Moines Register. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Just can you give us a little sense of what the first 10 practices have been for you and your group?
Yeah, they've been very physical. A lot of teaching, a lot of learning, and those guys have like every single day made huge progress, and just a whole different way of playing offensive line. I believe in those guys really like raging off the ball, getting after the defense, and creating that competition level, and then really raising the standard, from the room, and like truly unlocking everybody's full potential. And that comes with simplification, and it comes with like you really got to lock into what are the three most important things that we need in this run scheme, and bringing in new run schemes. And that's like some of the run schemes that we've been doing that are new to the program have been the most explosive plays that we've had. And those guys have really bought in, and they're fighting every day out there, like really getting after it. And I'm really proud of those guys.
How big of an undertaking is it to put in new schemes and new mindsets and maybe a new attitude, concurrently in a spring setting?
I think it's all about how you teach it. If you make it too complicated, then everyone's going to trip over each other, and it's going to be a complete failure. So you really have to be mindful of how you teach it, and that's something that I feel like we've done really well, of like really presenting it to the players in a new form and fashion, and saying, like, so here's the deal. A lot of offensive linemen, they think about their box, and like, this is what I do on this play versus this defense specifically. And I've tried to give them the overview and teach defense, and like truly understand why are we running this play with this technique, and what are they defending and what aren't they defending, and not just to our defense but to the defenses that we're going to be seeing. And I think that they're starting to like truly understand football as a whole, and that creates confidence, that lets you play faster, and that allows you to come off the ball and be more violent. And that's the key, I believe, in truly playing fast.
I think there's different schools of thought on the level of physicality in spring, and even Matt has kind of toggled back and forth between being physical and then maybe not hitting in practice. What are you guys getting out of being able to be physical at this time of year with this group?
Well, I told Coach Campbell, it was probably last week, and I told him, I said, I think the coolest thing that I've seen is if you came to our practice, there's people hitting each other. I mean, hitting each other. The defense is hitting. The offense is hitting. The receivers are blocking. Like, it's not what you think, you know what I mean? Like, it looks, even just all around in individual drills, like, there is elite competition. And I think that when everybody plays that fast, that's how you learn how to practice at that championship level. And since the defense is playing that fast, and the offense is playing that fast, the people that usually get hurt are the ones that are going slow. And I think that since everyone has that confidence level and that level of competition has risen, that's really benefiting the whole team.
What is the competition like within your room with so many returning guys, but obviously you being a new face and new schemes and new techniques for these guys to learn?
It's been extremely high. There's some guys that are playing at a very high level that may have never played a down of football here before. I could show you the film. Those guys are getting after it out there, and the competition level is high. We haven't just, like, I've really tried to teach the offensive linemen, even in individual drills, how to play both sides of the football, multiple positions, to truly give Iowa State the opportunity to put the best 5 players on the field for the first game. And there's so many little details. Are you right-handed? Are you left-handed? Which way do you have a deficiency stepping first? Like there's so many, and who do you work well next to? Because as an offensive line, you've got to work well with the people that are next to you, and that really will, like that communication and that understanding that you guys are both on that same wavelength, that goes a lot farther than what people think. So we've moved a lot of guys and had them. I've taught people how to play different positions, both sides. We don't just do like individual drills that this is the position you've played for the last 4 years. It's like, well, you got to learn how to play another position or the other side too, because we're going to put the best 5 players on the field for the first game.
Thanks, Ryan.
Yep.
Hey, so Ryan, it's Randy at the Register. That was interesting. So did everybody start out with a clean slate position-wise?
Yeah, I never have, since I've been a player and as a coach, and just kind of the school of thought I have. I believe that, like truly to benefit the team, like you're going to have to mix and match people around and try to find the best fit for them long term. And like sometimes as an offensive lineman, if you get stuck on one side of the line too long, you might have some bad habits that you can't break. And just moving people around and trying to find the best fit for the team, that creates competition, and it also sparks interest. And I know specifically for me as a player, when I was moved multiple positions, because I really had to play all 5 spots, it was like every time I learned a new position, it was like I was restarting and I was learning. And it really helped me understand football as a whole. And I think that's the most important part for offensive linemen. Like if you can truly understand defense and understand not just the play, why Coach Shielhaus is calling the play, why we're asking you to block it this way, where the running back's aiming point is, in this pass protection, where the quarterback's going to set up, the true purpose of play action pass, what play are you trying to action on the pass, like the little details that like we kind of gloss over at times. I've tried to bring back the focus to that for those guys, and I think playing multiple positions and different sides like sparks a new interest in what they're doing.
So Remsburg could be the starting center on September 2nd?
Yeah, I mean anybody can. I'll teach you how to play center if you want.
I mean, you said that position.
I know. I'm messing with you. So I truly believe that putting the players in those positions, as long as it's the best for them long term and the best for the team, then that can be their long term position. And some of the new plays that we have in, you got to be able to run and and just speaking to centers, I mean you're going to have to be able to pull, to block in space. And we're going to ask you to do a couple of new things, so finding those people at those positions is key.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach, Bill at Cyclone Report. You had said before when we got you over the winter about the wealth of talent all across the board in the offensive line, beyond the 5 or 6 guys that played last year. Who are some of those other guys that are really starting, with the clean slate and all, guys that are really impressing you so far? Yeah,
I think Jim, he's been amazing, playing at a high level. He can bend, he can run. Dalen is extremely impressive. He's been able to play multiple positions, and as a young player, truly get off the ball and be violent, and I've really enjoyed teaching him. Fonto is an amazing athlete. He is gigantic. He can run, and he's quick for his size. And it's been really fun coaching him. James Neal is a dude. He's athletic, and it's like every day he picks up a new technique and really starts to understand what he's doing. He's playing fast. And so I could name just about all of them. They've all been impressive. but just to those guys specifically, been really impressed.
Brady Peterson, he played on the interior a little bit, not a whole lot of snaps last year, but is he maybe that next man in at center, you think?
He's done a really good job, yeah. And for him, you know, he's so long, and he's a great technician that he can also play multiple positions. So, you know, he is definitely competing for one of those spots, and he's done a really good job. He makes all the right calls. He's always in the right spot. He truly understands what he's doing and why he's doing it. And, you know, at center, that you're going to have to be able to do that. You're going to have to direct the ship out there the right direction.
And how much of a difference are you noticing in Tyler Miller from what you watched on tape last year? And gosh, he's like, what, 25 pounds heavier now? What are you noticing in spring compared to last season?
He's 25 pounds heavier, but he's moving like a deer. You know, he's gigantic. He's long. He's explosive. He's a great athlete. And I think that, like, I've seen him, I've just gotten to work with him on some movement stuff in individual drills. But, you know, like, when you really watch him push and get off the ball and pass set with his length, and some of the new techniques that I've been teaching those tackles, I think that he's a force.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We got time for one more if anyone has one.
Hi, Ryan. Rob Gray with the Gazette. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing great, thank you. Wanted to ask you about the relationship with Coach Kagi and just kind of how you can complement each other in helping the guys in your room physically and mentally, you know, develop the way you want them to.
Yeah, it's been great so far. You know, we've really overhauled a lot of the nutrition, and I think that paired with his, you know, strength philosophies and being able to get some new devices in and things that have helped me in the past with my strength background, I think that's really helped. And, you know, we're really pleased with the body reports on the guys that are coming back, especially for offensive linemen. You don't usually see that much change, and they're changing at a high rate. So that's been pretty fun to watch and really get those guys in the best shape of their life.